I've covered masking before, a little, briefly, in the video where I unmasked a car. After viewing the video again, I didn't think I explained masking very well, so we're going to revisit it a little bit. It's all part of the adventure of learning as you teach, I guess. When you mask an object, you mask part of it so that you can't see it. When you use masking, there are a couple of things that you need to decide. Number 1, what you want to show, and number 2, what you want to hide. Masks are separate layers that you add to other layers, and you do this with black and white. Black hides the things you want to hide, and white reveals the things you want to reveal, without permanently changing your image in the process. So, let's get started. Here I have a picture of a bunch of sunflowers that are open. Now I'm going to go to File, Place, and then I'm going to insert this bee into the picture. Now remember, you've got this little circle. Remember from the last time we did the File, Place, and you resize it. We don't want a giant bee. That would look more like science fiction, but that looks good. So there we have it resized, and then you can place it, and all that sort of thing. Okay, so now you have 2 layers over here. You have your bee layer, and you have your background layer. Now remember that since I used File, Place on the bee image, that this is going to be an image layer. Remember that from the last video. The background is a pixel layer. So if I need my bee to be a pixel layer, I'll need to rasterize it. In this case, I'm going to use masking, which is a non-destructive editing process. In other words, the bee picture won't be permanently altered. I'm going to click on the bee layer and then select Mask from the Icons toolbar. Notice that the mask layer is nested with the bee, so it's right next to it like that. If we click on this drop down, you'll see that you truly see it as nested. Now with the mask layer selected, we're going to click on the paintbrush tool right over here. And now that we've clicked up the paintbrush tool, we need to check, maybe I might want to make my brush a little bit skinnier. Let's see, okay. Make sure that your black is in the front right here, because that's what we're going to be painting on. We're going to be painting black. Remember that black hides things, so that's why we have the black selected. Now we'll paint over the bee, just like this. Notice that now the bee is gone. But is it really? Nope, it really isn't. Because we painted on the mask layer, we didn't paint on the bee layer. So if we unselect the mask layer, our bee is back. And this is a good thing because we really haven't altered the bee picture itself. What we've done is, since we wanted to get rid of our bee in this case, is all we did is we created a mask so that we could paint over it. So if we select the mask layer again, then the bee will be gone. So now there's another way we can bring the bee back if you want. What we can do is click on the white circle over here, and now we are going to be painting in white instead of black. So now what we're going to do is we're going to paint on the sky where the bee is, and if you don't know where that is, all you have to do is run over it and see the bee appears. Now we're going to paint the sky where the bee was, and now our bee comes back. If you take a look at the mask layer, that will tell you what is being painted. This white part is showing where the bee is coming back. The black part is the part that's being hidden of the bee. So we can go over this, and a lot of this black will then be gone. Notice over here. So if we change this back to where it's black, then while I paint, watch what the mask layer does. So we're going to paint over our bee, and now see the black? So what has happened as our black has covered up our bee. So we've been able to use the mask layer to get rid of the bee, presto, without really getting rid of our bee. And that's why masking is a non-destructive type of editing. In a previous video, I discussed adjustment layers. We can also mask a layer using adjustment layers. One example being the black and white adjustment layer, something we've discussed before. This is an example of some wall art that I got from Pixabay.com. I'll apply the black and white adjustment layer. To do that, you have to go to Adjustments and select this adjustment layer from the icons toolbar down here. And we go there and then go up the menu and just select black and white. We can close this box because we really don't need it. Now our image is in black and white. Remember that the adjustment layer will affect all the layers that are below it. Well, this won't be a big problem because we only have one layer below this one. So of course it's going to make what we used to have, the color one, right there. Now it's black and white when we activate our adjustment layer. The black and white adjustment layer is actually a built-in mask. So in this case, we paint the adjustment layer either black and white. So I'll select the paintbrush tool over here again. And this time I'm probably going to need something a little bit bigger than that. That's going to be 300 pixels. So that will make my brush a lot bigger. Now I'll paint over half of the adjustment layer. Now remember, I'm not painting the image because, see here, I've selected the adjustment layer. I didn't select the image, which is listed as background. So I have the black and white. I've selected that. So what's happened is, since black is going to, see how that is going to get rid of that adjustment layer. So this part up here is painted in black. If we wanted to paint the whole thing, then we would do this and paint it all the way over. Okay, so now what I've done is, since I painted the whole thing, I've really covered up the whole adjustment layer. Now remember, black covers things up. That's your key right there. Black hides and white reveals. Always remember that. Now, how do we get rid of this? Well, and make it black and white again? Well, what we could do is just paint over it again. So here we can select the white, and just like the last time, we paint over it. And now watch what happens to the adjustment layer over there. See how all that black goes away? And now we have everything back the way we wanted it before. Okay, now, so that's what we did. If we want to reveal the adjustment layer, we paint over it in white. Make sure and check and double check that the white circle is in front if this is what you want to do. Now, if we look over here at the adjustment layer, notice that now it's all white, showing that the adjustment layer has been revealed. Sometimes it takes a while for that to be intuitive and make sense, but that's what that means. So our adjustment layer has been revealed, and since the adjustment layer has been revealed, it is able to affect your background layer, or your image layer if you want to call it that. So it's acting as a mask for this image down here. So here's your mask for this image down here. You paint the adjustment layer black to cover it up, and then you paint it white to reveal it again. So that's kind of the key.